from Dallas, Texas, and I'm super excited to be on this forum tonight. I'm so thankful for our company, the leadership that we have in Organo. Thankful for the what they are doing, going the extra mile to deliver the best that we could ever ask for. I am calling here, counting 9 years being in this company. I have been in Organo since April 11 of 2010. So this month I celebrate 9 years of being in this company. Before Organo, I used to work as an accountant. I worked as an accountant for 15 years, and I was also looking to be a business builder. And so we had tried, my husband and I had tried several businesses. We had tried from traditional businesses, we had tried network marketing businesses, and we had never found the success that we were looking for. So we decided to keep doing our regular jobs. My husband is an educator, me as an accountant, and he went back to school. So that's where we were when Organo was brought to our lives by a friend of ours who just invited him to go and have a cup of coffee. He looked at it and he fell in love with the health benefits that comes with the Organo products. And he joined with the biggest pack available. I remember him coming home and telling me, honey, we're in coffee business. And I didn't drink coffee. He did not drink coffee. And even we don't have a history of coffee. So you can imagine how I was thinking how are we going to turn coffee into a business? And I remember us enjoying the coffees and opening up the hot cocoa for our kids. That time my son was 6.5, my daughter was 7, and we just started enjoying the product. And within a few days, I already had a testimony on the product. My son, within a couple of weeks, already had a testimony on the product. And it didn't take long before we wanted to really turn this into a business. And what made it easy is the simple system of the 4 steps of Organo. So tonight, I'm really excited that we are going to be talking about the simple system of the 4 steps. And with me tonight is a friend of mine, my business partner, who has become a good friend of mine. She's a woman that I have really grown enjoying working with. She's qualified for every getaway that Organo has. She is a woman of strength. She is focused. She is self-driven. She is a go-getter who knows how to get it done. And she is caring about the business and developing leaders in her organization. I love the way she has passion for this product. So tonight with me is all the way from United Kingdom, Emerald's consultant, Janice Successor. Janice, please say hello and tell us a little bit about yourself and especially why you chose Organo. Are you there, Janet?
Hello, this is Janice Successor. Thank you so much, Diamond Alice. I am so excited. My name is Janice Successor, and I'm excited to be part of Organo for so many reasons. I joined Organo, obviously I was looking for something great, something that is different. I have a business background myself. I was already in business, fashion, real estate, and supermarket. So why did I join Organo? I realized that what I was doing, I could not help other people to become. And when I saw this opportunity through, obviously, a friend of mine sampling me the coffee that I didn't drink, I fell in love with the taste. And then I thought, wait a minute, I saw what this coffee made me feel, have energy, and I was able to do a lot of things. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, if I share this with other people, I wonder if they're going to feel like me. So I joined Organo, looking at the company, looking at the products, and what I saw something phenomenal. I saw a way to reach out to more people than I was reaching out. Wow. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I have enjoyed working with you, and I have seen you work with people, and you do love people for sure, for sure. And tonight, as we are talking about the simple system of the 4 steps, for me, when I joined Organo, it was easy to start running with this thing because, first of all, I didn't drink coffee. But to have the 4 steps, to me, was like a manual. It's like it's like getting into a car and being given a manual, and you know how to operate it. And so this manual, the 4 step, helped me to now get started from day one. It helped me to set up the goal because of the 18-month commitment. And it helped me to set my weekly mixes. I knew exactly how many I need to do weekly. So it helped me. And I'm going to ask you, Janet, what does this, I know you're coming from traditional businesses, and you've been in real estate world. You've been in fashion. You've been in all this before Organo. How did having the 4-step system really help you to build your Organo business?
Wow, that's phenomenal. You know what? It's amazing because most of the traditional business that you do, you actually go out there and you start a business because you have decided this is what I'm going to do. There is no system. You actually make the system yourself, and it's a try and error. There is no manual, and you can be passionate about, say, you're starting a business tomorrow, you have the capital, and it's a risk because at the end of the day, you start working in that business, you work with people, you don't have a mentor, you don't have a system that is set. Now, in my experience, having done several businesses before Organo, and just refresh on that, I started doing business at the age of 22 years old. So I did it, and I made a lot of mistakes, all enough. And I remember when I had my real estate company, not many people would be able to do that. But having a system in place, a system that you can follow, that someone can show you how to do it. Actually, you can do it with your eyes closed if you follow the system because it's already, it has already been proven. So I find that the difference with conventional business is you have more risk, you try and error, you have to find out the market yourself, you discover everything yourself. But with a proven system, it has already been tested and it has been proved. So I found it easier to follow. And also, on the other hand, I found it easier to help someone else because it's duplicatable. Because it's already down, it's something that you follow step by step. So I found it easier to succeed quickly in Organo and to be able to show someone else.
Wow, that is awesome. It's good to hear coming from creating a system yourself and then plugging into an already proven system, how easy it would make for somebody, even like you, who is coming from a traditional business, already having success elsewhere, but coming in and being able to succeed because of a proven system that we have here in Organo. Well, it's a 4-step system here. And we say step number 1, become a product of the product. And step number 2, build a list of contacts, 50 business builders and 50 coffee drinkers. Then step number 3, book 4 mixers. And then step 4, plug into the proven system. So now I'm going to just go to step number 1 and say, you know what? I loved that we were dealing with a product. To be introduced to a company that actually has a product that I can take myself, that I actually enjoy. Not only that, that I even have a testimony on. Because having struggled with a slow digestive system, it's like I take this product and my digestive system starts working like it had not worked in 8 years. My son allergy is gone. So I love a product that we're working with a product that my family enjoys, that I even have shared with my family members and with my friends. So the fact that we can use it, it is awesome. I love the product. I become a product of the product. I love that I give it to friends. When it comes to party, it's holiday and people are buying gifts. When people are going to shop in the mall, when I'm planning the gifts, I shop from my own shop. I go and say, 5 lattes for this. They have a kid, I add a chocolate. I wrap it nice. That's my gift giving. And so being a product of the product for me, it's all around. In church, when we have a potluck and someone is saying, I'll bring eggs, I'll bring this, I say, I'll bring coffee. So for me, being a product of it, I extend it to everything. It's an easy product. And you know, when I do that, I get testimonials and of course build customer base. That will becoming a product of the product. But Janet, I know you are passionate about everyone who joins your business going home with the 2 boxes of coffee, a black and a latte.
Yes.
Let me ask you, how has this step number 1 helped you and your new team members kickstart their businesses, if I may ask?
Wow, that is phenomenal. For me, being a product of a product is so easy because when I look back, I actually got involved in the business because I was sampled. I wasn't a coffee drinker. And the thing is, I always look back, I said, this is a duplicatable business because a friend of mine shared coffee with me in the living room. And because I tested the coffee, I wasn't a coffee drinker. And I said, I don't drink coffee. And he said, test it. I said, okay, I'll test it. And can you imagine 7 years later, I am still testing the coffee. So that's phenomenal. But because of being a product of the product, now from testing the coffee, guess what I did? I actually sent the same coffee to my mother. Now my mother was going through a lot of health challenges. And guess what? She also tested the coffee. And within a very short time, her health improved. She was feeling much better. She was having more energy. And guess what? She came off everything that she was taking that was not good for her body. And today, as we speak, my mom is my business partner. So for me, being a product of the product goes a long way, and it allows you to sample. Now, looking at, as you say, that how do I actually do that, helping people to start with 2 boxes of coffee? Because when they come in the business, maybe there is a mixer, and they just, I sample them. Now, sampling is so easy with the product because first of all, think about it for a minute. When you have guests in your house, it's natural for you to offer them either cold drink or hot drink. So it's easy to sample. Now, when I do sampling, I sample anybody. Now, so it's been so easy to sample. In a sense, I can sample in the home. Someone visits me as a guest. Remember, I visited someone else. That's how I got sampled. So it's easy to duplicate that. So if someone visits me, with more often than not, you have a lot of guests coming in the house. They visit me, ask them what they drink. If they want a hot drink, a cold drink. If they have a hot drink, here in the UK, because it's most of the time it's cold, so it's gonna be a hot drink. So guess what? I'm gonna give them a coffee or tea. Whose coffee am I gonna sample? My coffee, Organo coffee, because I don't have any other coffee. So being a product of a product is so easy. When I do sampling, I could sample people from the house, but I also can sample people from anywhere. I know flying out, I've done sampling with airport lobbies where I'm sitting down and, have a conversation and be able to sample. I have sampled people in the plane. I remember last year I was going to Egypt and I met a lady who had not traveled for a long time by herself. And I gave her a sample. And the only reason I gave her a sample because they sprayed in the plane and she was allergic to the spray and she was coughing. So I asked hot water from the air hostess and I had drank my coffee and I sampled her as well. And she liked it. And she asked me, where do I get this? In the plane, 4 hours flight. By the end of the flight, we were friends because of a sample. And today, as I speak, her husband joined the business, her and her husband joined the business, their family joined the business, and ended up building a huge business through this sampling. So sampling is amazing. So being a product of a product, step one works really powerful. In fact, I find that if you don't do step one, you cannot do any other step. I do the same thing with everyone who comes in the business. Even if they say, oh, I'm going to think about it, they go away with 2 boxes of coffee. If they start the business, they go away with 2 boxes of coffee because they are able to live with those 2 boxes of coffee, black and latte, so they are able to sample someone else. If they drink a black coffee, they'll be able to sample them black. If they drink a latte, they'll be able to sample them latte. And it's also easy to duplicate. So really, being a product of the product, for me, I've used that to build a business. And I can give you another example, and I know I'm going on because I'm so fired up and excited about being a product. I sampled a gentleman I met a year ago in South Africa. I'd never met this guy, and I gave him a sample. And when I gave him a sample, he also did the same thing. He joined the business later on, and he sampled someone else, and he remembered what I did with him. And and today, as I speak to you, I was in Namibia, and that whole business was through a sample through someone else. So for me, I've got so many people who have started through the sample, and it just works because it's easy to do it. It's easy to share. It's easy to share something that it's fantastic. Just think about it. We are not, if you go somewhere else and you have lovely food, and you go to a restaurant and you eat lovely food, you are not able to sample that. But you went someone else's restaurant, and even if you recommend, people are going to go there. But here, if you have a sample, you are able to share, and you're able to duplicate that through the team. So it's phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. It is amazing how these 4 steps, the way they are put together, they are intertwined. That even when we are talking about being a product of the product, because you cannot sample that which you don't have. You have a testimony on the product. You're fired up to go and sample because of the testimony that you have, because you're imagining how the other person is going to feel. And that really is what drove me as well. When I had my own testimony, I imagined how many people out there can I help? How many people would want to feel as good as I feel? And that takes us to step number 2, which you have helped us with the sampling, because the step number 2 talks about build a list of contact. And it says 50 coffee drinkers and 50 business builders. And for me, I remember when I saw this, like I said, this is my manual. So I was looking at this, so build a list of contacts. Now I was thinking, so how do I do this? Oh, it's just the people that are on the phone. And I remember the gentleman who was helping me telling him, get your phone, write a list of everyone who is on your phone. Go look through the business cards, go through everywhere, pictures. You look at old pictures, they will be reminded. They will remind you of somebody maybe you had forgotten. So I wrote a list of contacts. Why was I willing to follow this system? Number 1 is because I had tried so many businesses before that had not worked. And I had realized that I was the same one person going from one business to a business to another one. So if I was to be successful in this, I had to plug into this system of Organo that people are already using and being successful, and to see that it's only 18 months commitment, that was what the saying 18 months commitment. I said, I'm going to do exactly what I'm being advised to do. So I write a list of contacts, and I started inviting people. So I invite people, they come to my house, and I'm telling you, it made all the difference. Just being able to invite, they come to my house with the simple system, watch a video, drink coffee, and people joining my business. But this is what I did on step number 2. Remember, it's broken into 2. There's sample, use the 4 steps, sample 4 questions. So, which, Janet, you are an expert in sampling using the 4 questions. But there's also the retail script, using the retail script. And I remember I focused more on building the business, or in inviting people and getting people to join the business. And I had forgotten about the customer. I had to come back and redo that step. And I remember redoing it, and I hope I have time to talk about it later, but I remember redoing it, the step of using the script and actually started building a big customer base, but not just that, our system is a system of duplication. I started also teaching my team members, my new team members, to use the script. So this whole step number 2, I think it's advisable if you take it, take the whole step. Don't do some of it and leave it. It is important that you write a list of contacts. It's important that you learn the 4 questions and use them, but it's also important to use the script. Now, Janet, I know you love step number 2. Let me ask you, how have you also used it to expand your business and to help the new distributors get started?
Wow, 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 wow. That is fantastic. Step number 2 is phenomenal because you have the people already. You have the people in your mobile. You have them in your phone book. How I've used that step is I've actually expanded, and I, as you know, in the beginning, and I'll say this in the beginning, I thought, you know what the hardest person to teach sometimes is someone who has been in business, because they think, oh, I know these people, I don't need to do this. But actually, when you go in your list and list everybody, you find you have more people than you think about. So how have I used it? I have actually used it in different ways. I've listed everybody. In the beginning, I did not do that because I was thinking I was more clever than the system. And I realized, and I'll tell you why, because one of I did a trip to help a team member in business in a place called Birmingham. And because I did not write down one of this person's name that I thought, oh, I'm just going to ignore, I was invited to a place to do a presentation. And I remember as soon as I got into this presentation, this person walked towards the meeting, and I saw them. And this person was in my mobile, and I did not invite them. And I learned early enough that I had to go back and rewrite every single person in my mobile and actually invite them. So how I've used it is 2 ways. Building that list of contacts, I always thought I would just write the people in my mobile, but everybody that I sample, I also add that name on the list of contacts. And also it helps me to actually categorize those people, because you have to categorize those who are going to be your business partners, and you qualify them. And this is how I look at it. If you're going in business, imagine you're going to a major business, which is Organo, and you're going to make major decisions. You want to do business with those people that you can't do major decisions, because you are going to start a huge business, and it's like you are getting the people in the forefront that you're going to war with, because you are going out there to war and you want to win. So categorize your list and put those people who you qualify by having the 4 checkers. Now ask yourself, this person on the list, are they teachable, coachable, and trainable? And if the answer is yes, and if they are self-starters, can you give them information and they continue with that information? If the answer is yes. Do they have the means to start? Because remember, it's a business. Do they have the means to start, at least with a bronze or the silver or the gold pack? If the answer is yes. Do they have influence? Do they know other people? Are they connected to other people? And if it's 4, now those are the people who qualify to go with you in business. Because if you are going to war and you go with people that are going to shoot and fall down on the floor, then your arm is going to be weak. So you want to get these people who are teachable, coachable, and trainable. They are self-starters, they have influence, and they can afford at least to start a bronze, a silver, or gold. So these are the people that you actually qualify to be part of your business partner. Now, everybody else, I like this, everybody else can be a customer. So when you separate your list into 2, 50 coffee drinkers and 50 business partners, and you now start with that. So when you have that list that is already done, because you are ready to go in business, you make sure that you keep adding on the list of contacts. Now, I agree with you, Diamond Alice, because I remember also doing only one part of this step 2, and forgetting to do the other one, which is the script. And I remember when you came to UK, we had a young lady who was 19 years old. And she said, I don't have any money. How do I do this business? I don't have any money. And we kept on thinking, how do we help her? And then guess what? Because in business, you can buy and sell, or you can sell and buy. And we used the script. And she was able to raise, I can't remember, how much was that? 200 pounds? Actually, more than 200 pounds. 300 pounds. I remember that time. 300 pounds. And she got started with a bronze. And within a very short time, she was able to get a gold bag. But she had no money. In fact, in her account, she had 10 pounds. And that is how this really works. The step two really works. You know, someone is keen and they are teachable, they are coachable, and you can actually, they can become your business partner, even if they don't have the money, as long as they are teachable, coachable, and trainable, they are, you know, they are willing. So again, that is amazing. So that's how I've been able to use step two.
Yes. Wow. Listening to you, you remind me why I love step number two. I especially, I love the script. I love the retail script, because it's with the retail script, like you say, that you can get somebody, whether they have money or not, to actually get started because they have a burning desire. Because the burning desire to do the business is more important than how much money they have. That's how I look at it. And the script, the retail script, for me has helped me to get a lot of people get started in their businesses, especially in Africa, where somebody has a big burning desire to start and they literally don't have money. They actually don't have money. And when they say, I want to start a business, but I don't have any money, I can pull the system of Organo and I can use the system of Organo to get started such a person. Why? Because like you said, in business, you can either buy and sell, or you can sell and then buy and deliver. And so we have used like in that case with the young lady from UK, we used that within less than 40 minutes, she had 300 pounds and she was able to get started. And there's so many people we have started that way. Even people who, maybe someone who came in and life happened and they want to kickstart their business once again, we go ahead and use the retail script. I love that retail script. That's the part that I had ignored on the step number two, because I was so eager to go and run and build and build the business fast, get people join my business. But at one point, I remember a lady who had put in the business coming in saying, Alice, I don't want to recruit, but I can build a customer base. And so I was looking at that person. I was thinking, how am I going to help her? I said, this time I had been teaching the 4 steps and talking about telling people to use the script, but I had not used the script. So I went back and I said, I cannot teach people what I'm not doing. And I said, I'm going to write a list again, write a list of coffee drinkers. And I had my 50 coffee drinkers. And I started calling them, and within 30 minutes, within 20 minutes, I had sold 30 boxes. I got so excited and I said, it works. This script works. And I remember calling people, my team, and saying, everybody, we are gonna run with this, because I remember we were going to New Orleans. We had a convention in New Orleans, and I said, everyone, we are going to New Orleans. Anyone who said they don't have any money, I said, we have a solution. We just need to go to the 4 steps, use the script, and we are going to New Orleans. And I remember we took so many people, even people who had said they don't have any money. We were able to take them to retreat using the 4-step system. I get excited about using a system without having to go create another one. But Janet, we are going to the step number 3. I love OG mixers. I love mixers. And this is where the business grows. And I remember my first experience. It's what gave me the confidence. It is what opened my eyes to actually value mixers. There's a reason all these steps were put, the 4 steps were put together, and each one, they're intertwined. They belong to one another. So step number 3 talks about building, booking 4 mixers. So I remember booking my first one and inviting people. And when I was inviting, I was kind of hesitant because I was picking and choosing. But like you said, my friends and my family were for practice. So they don't have to come and join my business, but I can practice with them. So I called them and asked them to come and help me launch my biggest project. And 10 people showed up, my first mixer. And from that, 2 people joined, the others bought coffee. I said, mixers, wow. People join business in mixers and people buy coffee in mixers. So I can expand my customer base and I can expand my business side, my team side. So it is huge. I love mixers. From that point, I remember going mixer to mixer, and I made a decision that every business deserves to be launched. So we do ribbon cutting for every business. Every burning desire deserves to be launched. Even if they come in as a bronze, silver, or gold, everyone deserves to be launched. I know, Janet, you are the queen of mixers. And sometimes not only do you book all those mixers, but you have even some 4 mixers going on concurrently.
Yes.
And I don't even know how you do that, but I'm sure the minute I mentioned, there's someone who is wondering, how does she do it? Janet, how do you do your mixers? How do you book them?
Yes.
And how do you make it easy for your team to also follow into the step? Can you help us with that?
Wow. I love mixers. One of the highlights of mixers, I always refer to how I got involved in Organo. It was a mixer that I wasn't invited to. I happened to walk in the house where they were drinking coffee. I had gone there for different reasons. I was going through a lot of challenges in life, and I went to speak to my friend, and I found they have coffee in the house. And I look back, it's mixers. I love mixers because this is where you get to meet people. I like meeting new people, and the way it works, how I've been able to help the team and work with the team doing mixers. Sometimes I do mixers spontaneously. And this is, say, for example, a new person starts, gets in the business. Normally, every new person has some kind of fear. The kind of thing, can I do this? Oh my goodness, can I? But then if it's simple and you are sharing coffee and you're having fun, the way I do my mixers, we have, when it's an invitation, people start half an hour before, they start sharing the coffee. And as they are sharing the coffee, people are talking about life. Oh, how was your day? And people are just mingling and having coffee, having fun, having normal conversations. And after half an hour, people sit down and the host presents. Now, one of the things that has been so really exciting is I like doing mixers on Zoom. I had to learn to do mixers on Zoom because people ask, how do you have 4 mixers at the same time? And you had an opportunity when I was in Namibia. We were doing a presentation and we had the UK tune in and they're having a mixer. People in Glasgow were having a mixer at the same time. And we had the Zoom at 7. The mixer in Namibia started at 6. The one in South Africa started at 6:30. And the people in the UK started according to their time during the same time about, I think it was 5 o'clock, because the times were different then. It was an hour difference. And we had 4 mixers on the same. And then we had a 5th mixer where the Kenyan team joined in because, and this helps a lot because a new person joins and they say, my sponsor or someone who's supposed to come and help me is at a distance. Distance is no longer an excuse. You just have, once they have the coffee, then show them how to, to put the hot water. We do that prior to putting the Zoom. And then as soon as the presentation starts, everybody's listening to the same information and everybody's in a different location and we can see on the screen different people. And then we can now say, hey, people in Glasgow, how is it going over there? And they share testimonial. People in the UK, how is it going over there? People in London, how is it going over there? And people, and it happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but more often than not, sometimes we have 3, 4, 5 mixers going on at the same time. And that is how, I've managed to have those mixers going on. And also, when someone comes in and joins, we don't let them go home with the coffee without having to start inviting, because it's very important for a new person is, they don't know what to do. Even if you tell them it's going to be all right, a new person is always scared about the unknown. Now it helps with this new person when they sign up and they are now in business. You tell them your business has started. Would you like to do your business slow or fast? And most of them say very fast. So who are the 10 people that you want to connect with, that you want to really get to know about this business? So as soon as they join, you start inviting for the next day. Because step 3 says book 4 mixers. So we always book the next day. And if it's a Monday, we have a mix on Monday for that same person, a mixer on Wednesday, a mixer on Friday, and a mixer probably on Sunday. So that first week, you have all those mixers booked in advance so that the person leaves when they know they have a mixer. Because they already have 2 boxes of coffee. They have black and they have the latte, and their sponsor will have coffee. So that's how we book those mixers. So you leave with your 2 boxes of coffee, you're ready to share, you're already in business. Because think about it this way. If you open up a shop, think about if a company opens up a business and it's a shop, they say, we are open. The doors are open, right? And people start walking in to start buying whatever they are selling. So as soon as you come in Organo, your business starts straight away. There's no need to wait until 1 week. No, you have your 2 boxes of coffee, you have your sponsor who has coffee, and book those mixers, because you book the mixers. You don't wait and go home and think about it and then hear my spouse say this, my sister say this. You book the mixers straight away. You book a mixer from a mixer. Every time you have a mixer, you book a mixer. So that's how I've been able to build with the mixers. For I love mixers, because you get to find out who is excited, who is not, and also to find out who doesn't want to build. Because some people come in Organo and they decide, I don't want to build a business. It's fine. I just want to buy and sell. Then we go into the script. Show them how to use the script to be able to sell coffee. I remember you were in London when I hadn't used the script myself. But, I was doing this because I was focusing on building the business, and hadn't paid attention. I was surprised. In one meeting, I was able to sell 45 boxes of coffee. And I was like, wow, this works. So since then, I've been able to duplicate, so if you don't want to build, do you want to buy and sell? Do you want to build a customer base? So mixers are vital. I believe that mixers are the blood of your business. If you don't do mixers, really, it's going to be hard to build Organo, because this is the opportunity. You get to meet people face to face. You get to share, you get to talk to them, have a good conversation, share the coffee, and also be able to, to invite them to the next one and to the next one. I know I'm excited.
I love mixers. I can feel your passion, Janet Successor, mixer to mixer to mixer. And when you put it together, the mixer, it is also good to think about the 90-day game plan. Global Master Distributor, Mr. Shane Morant, always be with the 90-day game plan. And with that, if you're working with the 4 steps, if you're getting started, I would recommend also that you get your Get Started a booklet that comes in the kit. I love that booklet. I use it as the orientation tool. When somebody is brand new, you're getting started, grab that book. It has the 4 steps. It has the 90-day game plan, how you're going to utilize those 4 steps over and over to kickstart your business. Your first 90 days, if you follow step by step, should actually build you that momentum. So I love that spirit of the mixer. Janet, you are quite amazing with these mixers. And one of the things that I love about Organo is that when we are doing these mixers, even if you're doing them international, we're talking of the same product. The same coffee that we have in US is the same one you have in UK. It's the same one we have in Kenya, in South Africa. Any country we go to, we are talking about the same product, the same system. So we don't have a system for US that is different from your UK. You're using the 4 steps as well. And so it is so duplicatable, it's so easy and duplicatable. It makes it easy for you to build your business global. No wonder you could have the same mixers, have the same presentation, but connect 3 continents at the same time. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
So, I love it.
Yes, it's amazing.
I love this company for what we've been able to do. Now, moving on, we go to the first step, number 4. I'm telling you, this 4-step system is so easy. If you're following us, we're talking about the easiest system of the 4-step system that Organo has given us to be able to plug in and use to build our businesses, and it's a proven system. Step number 4 talks about plugging into the proven success system. And the system of Organo has created so much success that I don't know a system that I've ever come across that has built the kind of success that we have here in Organo. And being a part of this system has helped a person like me who was an accountant to actually come, had never had success before, but plug into this system, but have success. And I remember plugging into this, coming in to this business. I was working 5 days a week, 5 to 6 days a week, actually, 50 to 60 hours a week. It was during a time when I was being forced, it was compulsory overtime. And I had my babies growing, one is 6, one is 7. It was hectic, and my husband going to school and going to work. And when I was introduced to this, I was like, how am I going to work this system and be able to run a successful business? I have the burning desire. How do I do it? And I remember the gentleman who was helping me telling me, why don't you get your calendar and block off all the days that you're working, that you can't do business, and the time that you are left with, let's see what we can do with it. And marking off Monday through Friday, I was only left with Saturday and Sunday afternoon. So I had to plan how I can use this system with just 2.5 days to build success. But because I had the desire to work it, I said, I'm going to block those times. But for 18 months, see, because there was a timeline that was given here, 18 months, I say I commit for 18 months and I focus on building my business Saturday and Sunday. And I did it. Within 4 months, I was already matching my job income. Sapphire consultant with Organo, already matching my job income. Within 8 months, I doubled my job income. Within 10 months, I had tripled my job income. By the 11th month, it was not making sense to keep working as an accountant. I freed myself from the job now and became full-time. I was able now to focus on building my business and taking care of my family. And that is, this company has given me quality of life. Quality of life. I come from Kenya, but I live in USA. I used to stay for maybe 4, 5 years before I visit home. Now I'm able to visit 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year to visit my country. It really is quality life because now I don't have to wait for too long to see my relatives. I'm able to see them frequently. They don't even notice I don't live in Kenya anymore. They involve me in the things that happen in our family. So that's the quality of this system, being able to plug in. But did I have challenges? Of course I had challenges. Because once you clear the schedule and you say, I just want to do this, I just want to do Saturday and Sunday, you realize that weddings happen on Saturdays. Everything happens on Saturday. So it takes a lot of discipline to be able to put off stuff that is social, and be able to follow into the system. But see, plugging in within 11 months, I didn't even get to 18 months to free my time. So I'm going to ask you, Janet, because you also have plugged into this, and you're coming in from a business background. Your commitment level speaks for itself. And what would you advise someone who is having a hard time plugging into the system? For me, it freed me. But what about you? Do you have people that you are having a hard time plugging into the system?
Wow, wow, wow. That is, I mean, that's a good, it's true. There will be a challenge for anything new, because the challenge is when you are used to doing something, you want to do it the same way. If you're coming from a background of being employed, you want to do the same system, the same mindset, and bring it to business. Now, if you are doing business, you are doing a certain type of business like I was, you are having a conventional business, you have to unlearn what you had to do for that business, because that was a particular business. Like everything else, there's a system that works. And I like the military call it, they call it 6 Ps, because they when they are going to war, they are going to fight, but they have to take out everything that they know and put in what is necessary for being a part of an army. And they use the word 6 Ps, meaning the 6 Ps: prior preparation prevents poor performance. And they said the 6 Ps. So if you want to achieve any success, it's going to take you a process, and it's going to take you to learn the system, the skills that allow you to succeed in that particular business. It doesn't matter how many businesses you've done. I was in that same scenario where I had done several businesses and most of them were successful. But at the time of being part of Organo, I had fallen down. My business had gone down. My real estate company had gone down. That means the information, my mindset was not able to proceed with this business. So therefore, yes, I needed a system that would be able to work with Organo. And the 4-step system is the system, because that is designed to work for Organo. I couldn't bring something else to bring in here and it wouldn't work. So really, what I would say to people is this: you have to stick with a system which works with Organo. It's been proven, and because it's been proven, it works. And if you plug in, making sure that you're sampling, making sure that you have a list of contacts, and every, like Diamond Alice said, every step intertwines with the other. And make sure you're sampling, make sure that you use your list, adding on, building your list, and then making sure that you do the mixer. Don't do one mixer and say, oh, I did one mixer last week. Every business has got, it's a repetition. Because when you open your shop, every day you open. You don't open one day and say, okay, I was excited one morning and I shut down. No, business continues. You continue to sample on a daily basis. Maybe the person you sampled today maybe didn't give you a good feedback, but doesn't mean that the coffee is not good, doesn't mean that the product is not good, doesn't mean the company. It means that you just have to continually do it, because it's a process. One leads to another. You sip, you share, you sell the coffee, you do the mixers, and you plug in. Now, plugging in the system means it's like plugging in your mobile phone to charge your battery. If you take out a plug of your battery, you are going to run out of the battery, and sooner or later that battery is going to go flat, because now you need to plug in that battery and charge it. So if you're plugged out of the system, what's going to happen? You're going to listen to other people who are going to give you information that does not help your business, because those people are not plugged in the system. They don't do Organo. So when you are plugged in the system, you're going to hear people who are doing the business successfully, and you are going to listen to your mentor, you're going to listen to your sponsor, you're going to listen to the people who are showing you what to do and guide you, so that when you go off track, you're plugged in. So I believe being plugged in the system is very important. Events
Wow.
are part of those. And give it back to you, Alice. I can go on. Excited.
Thank you, Janet. You know what? We're talking about plugging into the system. If there was something that I would redo again, if I was to start again, what I would do again, one of the things that I would make sure that I do would be go to events, to big events sooner. Would be to attend the events and to never miss an event. Because when I was brand new, I had no value for events because I think I was doing my own thinking, and because of coming from a busy background, you know, having only weekends, I wanted to do my running around for the family on the weekends, and ignored the events. And that kind of delayed, I could have succeeded faster, even sooner, probably even build a big team fast, maybe even bigger than I probably have built. So talking about the 4-step, I know for me, you know, if I could do anything, it would be that. Plus, I would have invited big, you know, because I was scared about inviting, and I was kind of testing when I was inviting, and you saw, you know, like I said, I delayed using the script. So I wasn't like quite all in. I just found out that this is the business, this is the company. But doing it all over again, I would not have any wasting of time. I would go in full blast and make sure that I plug into the events. What about you, Janet? If you are to do it again, what would you do different?
What I would do different, I would use my uplines better. If I knew the value of a mentor, if I knew the value of an upline, someone who is helping me to do the business, I would invite all out. I would go all out. And I'm telling you, I would not just invite a few people. Can you imagine someone who has done the business, who is willing to show you, and they come to your town and you just invite the same way? I would go all out. I'm telling you, because I remember when I was going Ruby, and I was told that, you know, you guys were coming from US. I remember you were coming, Alice, with a few people. And they said, oh, only those people who are going Ruby will go for dinner. I went so crazy, and I invited. And I remember people came on the event that I didn't even remember them. I had their phone numbers. I didn't even know who they were, but I had the phone numbers in my mobile. But because I sent that invitation, and when they were filling in the forms, who is your sponsor? It's Janet. I'm like, for sure. So I would, if I was to do it again, I would go all out and use my uplines better than I'm using them.
Wow. Thank you so much, Janet. It looks like we have come close to the hour. We are having a wonderful conversation here of the 4 steps, something that we love to do, to use the simple 4-step of Organo, which you and I, we have used. I've used it for 9 years. You have used it for 7.5 years, and had the success of being able to go to places. How many getaways you have been to, I don't know. I know you went to Morocco. I know you've gone for cruises with Organo, and you've already hit the getaway mark even this year. Congratulations. So we are about finishing up here. What is your last word that you would like to leave with the listeners?
What I would like to leave with the listeners is this: you are the same person that is going to appear everywhere. Commitment to your business to continue long after the emotion for which you join has long passed is the key. Commitment, consistency, and you have to remember, you owe it to yourself to succeed no matter what. You owe it. You are the person who is the hero for your own family and your own community, and everyone out there is looking out for you. Everything around is you. The whole universe resolved around you. So you are the one. Everything you ever need is already in you, because the seed, you are the seed, and the tree and the branches are already in you. So let's make it happen.
Thank you so much. And here, this is Alice Nganga, Diamond Consultant from Dallas, Texas. I want to thank you so much. For me, I am so thankful for this company, thankful for the our company going all the way on, always perfecting our product to make sure that we are getting the best of the best. We have a system that is second to none. We have a leadership that is so caring, that loves your success, that it loves the success of our customers as well, cares about us as distributors and cares about our customers. So let's go out and make it happen, and we'll see you over the top. Thank you so much. God bless you, and have a wonderful Easter holiday.
Thank you.